Hello, my twin flames, twin souls, soul flames, soulmates. Welcome to my channel. I'm Virtuosa the Goddess, and I just want to thank everyone that is returning to my channel as a subscriber or either as a non-subscriber, but welcome. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Peace, love, and blessings to everyone. Okay, so I wanted to do an overall energy reading for the February the 16th, 2020 uh, through the 23rd, um, to just see where the collective is in the process of this cycle that we're in. We're always in a cycle, just like the economy. So we're going to read the overall energy to see what's available. I know that the moon is waning, so this is a good opportunity to release some things. So towards the end of the read, we're going to pull some cards from the Heal Yourself deck to see what we can release or what needs to be released. But what you should be kind of seeing in the third dimension now is communication with your divine masculine and divine feminine, um, depending on where you are in your journey. But I think the majority of the collective is in contact with their counterparts. If you are not, then this reading will still apply. Because we're never separated. We're all one. So separation is but a mere farce. And it is a distorted view or distorted belief to believe that we're all separate when we're all one. Anyway, to get this reading started, I just want to acknowledge and let the divine know how grateful, how so very grateful and appreciative I am to be used as a vessel to bring any comfort, any clarity to any souls that are watching this video. I also want to acknowledge some of the first gods and goddesses that were created, the mold, the Holy Trinity, Asar, Aset, and Haru. And I also want to share my favorite ancient Kemetic proverb is it's in regards to the Holy Trinity. When you find the three, you find the one, because one is of the three and three is of the one. And when you think about it, I have all the elements present here on the table. You have that one flame in the back of these two other flames. I don't know if you can see it in the camera that well, but that's that three of the one. Anyway, so I already pulled some cards so I can make this a kind of quick reading, because 14 hours to upload a 30-minute video is it's not going to happen. So I'm going to try to keep it to 15 minutes or so. But if you need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at virtuosathegoddess@gmail.com for any questions, anything that you want to discuss, chit-chat about, whatever. That's my contact information. I love you all. Okay, let's get started with the reading. So, for the divine connection for this up and coming week, let's start with the divine feminine. Ladies first. Divine feminine, you have the Lovers, and it is in reverse. And the way I would read that is, you're viewing this connection this week, or maybe even now, as not a choice, but something that you've already chosen. So the Divine Feminine has already made her choice in this connection. She's decided to move forward towards her destiny. She's answering the call. Also, Divine Feminine, you are not very focused on the third dimension in 3D. That's not really your focus here. I know personally, it's not really my focus. It's more in getting together or manifesting and storing up things in the higher realms, seeking first the kingdom of the Creator, um, is what I've been focused on. So I can identify with this Lover's card here. Um, and the connecting energy between, well, let's go with the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine is going through a transformation with this Death card. Divine Masculine is going through a transformation process, a resurrection. He's going through the weighing of scales and the things that are happening, as I stated in the last reading, the things that are happening for him and not to him. So that is what this is. This is currently that process that's occurring in the Divine Masculine's life, because you need that. And connecting the energy, look how poetic, or how, this tells that story, with the Divine Masculine and then the connecting energy towards the Divine Feminine, or with the Divine Feminine, is judgment. That's the final test. That is the prophecy, desired transformation. So the Divine Masculine is feeling a little bit thrown off kilter a little by the transformation, but all in all, they're ready for that resurrection, because that leads to this judgment, which is the slow change in the connection. So the Divine Masculine is desiring this transformation. It is a part of him, of the connecting energy, that desires this transformation and is activating his moral awakening. So divine masculines are being resurrected at the Holy Trinity, the Tsar. How Set, after her brother Set had cut up Asar in those 14 pieces and threw them, throughout the land, how, Asar had to be resurrected. All the pieces of him had to be put back together. This desired transformation that's going on within this connection right now. And I pulled some clarifiers. I'm using the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland, represented here with these violet like cards. And so we clarified with these cards with the masculine energy. And then I'm going to pull some feminine energy cards really quickly too. But so to clarify that lovers and the divine feminine haven't had made a choice, and the connection, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess came in reverse. So let's see if there's something that the Divine Feminine needs to work on. Maybe Divine Feminine, we could be going within a little bit more to help facilitate this grand, this grand time in life, because union is here, and union is here. It's right beyond the finish line. Union has already taken place in the upper realm, so therefore it will be manifesting in the third dimension for most of the collective that watch this channel, at least, I know. Okay, so share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So Divine Feminine needs to, and also we had that, I pulled that with the John Holland, so that masculine energy and the feminine energy need to work on the throat chakra, which is speaking your truth, standing your grounds. Um, standing your ground as like with through the challenges and the changes of the seven of the wands. So standing your ground and speaking your truth, and more going within divine feminine, um, keeping that crown chakra open and the upper chakras above the crown, um, that leads to the information being downloaded from the divine is what we as a collective divine feminine could do. And then divine masculine has this universe card, which is 21, which is the world card. And in the world, that is a new cycle. The world represents a new cycle. And divine masculine is obtaining the wisdom with the Hierophant listed right beneath. What he's saying is he's not exactly ready to enter this next cycle right now. He's still going through this death transformation. He is ending this current cycle and will be soon entering the new cycle. But however, he needs to gain more wisdom with this Hierophant. He's going to go and seek that divine knowledge, that higher counsel. And so is the divine feminine, because up here, that high priestess, we can always be working towards bettering ourselves every day. That is one of the purposes is for soul growth and bettering yourself every day. So the divine masculine is receiving that wisdom so that he can work on this firm foundation with this Four of Pentacles. So he is concentrating on, his 3D situation right now. But he's supported by the divine financially. And so he's not yet ready to enter a new cycle. Neither is divine feminine, because she needs to get in hermit mode. We need to go in solitude to be able to reverse this high priestess that's upside down. We need to go into solitude. Spend some time alone, some time communing with self. That is your time with your masculine as well, when you spend time alone, doing things that you enjoy. Self-care, self-love, in order to receive this triumph, which is positive movement forward in the fifth dimension. It is, basically putting your flag down. So it is the Chariot card. So that is positively bringing things down from the upper realms, manifesting here. Which brings us to the next two connecting cards, which is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So that means, this spiritual union, which was the first card, to clarify that Judgment card. The Judgment will be the prophecy and desired transformation is Two of Cups, which is the spiritual union. Financial material changes is in reverse. A few weeks ago, or for the last couple of weeks, I think this had been upright, but now we're coming out of that divine masculine and feminine. And then we get the Ace of Pentacles, which is the divine blessing, the union with prosperity for generations to come. So with that being said, I think the moral to the story, this was a beautiful reading, the moral to the story is or the desired information, because we have here from the feminine energy the transformation card in reverse as well. So yeah, this is like a high priestess card. So divine feminine needs to allow that deep healing to occur by going within, tapping back into that divine energy as much as you can. Divine feminine. And let's see what other kind of what the divine goddess energy has to say, divine feminine energy. Council of light, divine orchestration, helpers, and the subdued realms. So the divine feminine energy is saying that there are, you have the angels, ascending masters, your spiritual team, um, everyone that's appointed to help with your ascension. They are currently working in this connecting energy. So this is why this Two of Cups and this prosperity is ready to begin, because the upper realms ascension team is in effect. And let's see what the divine feminine energy has to say in regards to the masculine energy. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. So she's basically saying that the divine masculine is ready. And then look, you have the triangle or the pyramid in both cards. So they're in agreement with that. This firm foundation is here. He's divinely protected, and he just needs to move forward when he's gained enough insight. So now let's see what with the moon is waning. So now things that you have that you want to get rid of, any addictions, if you want to take something out your diet, now is the time to do it, because conclusions are coming within reach. All the conflicts and all of the things that you had going on between this your divine partner and yourself, they will be coming, the conclusions will be coming within reach really soon. So now is the time to, let's see, yeah, it's conclusions are within reach for a new romantic cycle to begin. So this is a new moon. So that was an eclipse card, new moon in Libra. I don't know if that's significant. Libra balances out the scales. So let's pull one more card. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. This is a full moon in Capricorn. We just had a full moon in Leo. But the end of the tough cycle approaches. So, and also I love this at the bottom of the deck, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And that's another full moon card. So hopefully while this moon is waning, we will be releasing anything that prevents us from keeping ourselves balanced spiritually and practically. So getting rid of those behavior patterns that prevent you from being able to do that balance. Okay, so I'm getting ready to wrap up the reading because we're at 18 minutes. So let's see, what do we need to release during this waning moon for the collective? Have faith. We need to release not having faith, the lack of faith. The faith is 22 card. So I see 3 twos already. And a divine feminine or very spiritual tribe member told me that she saw 222. So I do see 222 in this reading. So that is have faith. Having faith in the divine and in the divine plan, having that balancing, that goes back to balancing as well, balancing that spiritual and that practical, and that the angels and ancestors and the counselor of light are assisting with this, assisting you with your ascension and getting rid of pride, the ego. We need to release parts of the ego that prevent us from enjoying, or that help makes us want to self-sabotage, and that's another 2. So there it is, that 222 again. So getting rid of that ego that prevents us from ascending to becoming the best versions of ourselves, that self-sabotager. So I guess we need to sit down and make a list of things that we do to sabotage ourselves and commit to not doing that and letting that wane out with this moon. And then as the moon is waxing, the next time that we speak and the moon is waxing, I will remind you, and then we can start to add on and build the characteristics of the skills that make us grow and expand as a spiritual being. Anyway, let's pull some romance angels and then wrap this reading up because we're at 20 minutes, and I didn't mean for it to be 20 minutes, but we're already at 20. So instead of 14 hours, maybe it'll just take 7. I can handle 7. Upload at 7 hours, I guess, instead of 14. All right, so let's see. So let's see what the divine masculine 5D and above wants to tell divine feminine. He wants you to know that he sees you shining, and a lot of other masculines are looking, and and some of the men are looking around and trying to make you confused, because divine feminines have that light, very attractive. Divine feminines are very attractive and always get that attention. So divine masculine wants you to know that although he may not be what you dreamed of when you were a little kid, but those other men that look at divine feminine, or women that look at divine feminine, the energies, flip-flop, however you guys, he wants you to know that those will be unrequited loves, that there's no love that compares to the love that he has for his feminine. And that he wants you to go ahead and make the romantic gesture that and stay optimistic and just be positive, and faith will bring that romance or that closeness of the connection that you desire, so that you two will bond and go on a mission, building a new life. And he also wants you to know that this situation involves marriage, that he does have commitment on his mind very soon. So he wants you to have, become that what you wish to see in your connection. And just, it's not happening just right away, because he has some things that he has to figure out financially, with his finances and career affecting the connection. And then, he has some things that he has to work out with his children, maybe, being, having parents, and some other things that he has to work out, like, loving himself. And let's see, so divine feminine has decided to return to the masculine energy and connect it within. Therefore, it's manifesting in the third dimension for many divine couples. So the divine feminine wants the masculine to know that she's returning energetically. She's allowing him to return, and she's returning, and vice versa. They're merging. This Two of Cups is happening on an energetic level already in the higher realms. And the retreat card was in reverse, actually. So divine feminine wants the divine masculine to come out of retreat mode and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take, divine masculine. Because this commitment, the love lives of the collective is moving and ascending to a higher level of commitment with this engagement. So there is engagement engagement or recognition, and there is movement in the higher realms of the connection of the masculine and feminine energy as a whole coming together and blending those energies. I'm surprised I didn't get the temperance card. But anyways, this has been a lovely reading. If you have any questions, you want to discuss anything, please hit me up at virtuosathegoddess@gmail.com. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed week. Don't forget to go within hermit mode, divine feminine and masculine, to allow that spiritual team and divine to give you the downloads for your next step in your mission on this journey. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of your journey and sharing and caring and loving. And I wish you all the best. Mwah, mwah.